Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, just the other day I talked about the Spirit of Discovery cruise ship that got stuck in that storm and had to wait it out at sea, well, in the Bay of Biscay. And apparently it turned out to be much worse than just a little ship damage. Today's video is brought to you by Private Internet Access. Again, I just came off of a cruise ship. First thing I have to do is I have to sign in to my YouTube channel to make sure I can do my work. Well, guess what? I couldn't log in. I couldn't get on YouTube on the basic internet on the ship. It was blocking because I only had basic Wi-Fi. So what did I do? I clicked on my VPN, boom, up it goes and running, and sure enough, I'm back on YouTube. I'm telling you, a VPN is a must-have. First of all, you need it to protect your personal information from hackers and people looking to steal your information. And why did I choose private internet access over all the other VPNs out there? Well, plain and simple, they have a no-log policy. That means they do not store any of my personal data, and that has been proven in court by a third-party audit. Also, they allow me to do unlimited devices. That's right. Not one, not two, not five, not 10. I could do 20, 30, 40 devices if I had that many devices, all under the same plan. So by using my link below, you can get an 83% discount plus 4 months free. That's right, for as little as $2.03 a month, you can have peace of mind when traveling or looking up your bank accounts like I do. Thank you again to Private Internet Access for sponsoring this video. So yes, I reported out that they had quite a bit of damage on deck 6 with broken glass and partially flooded hallways and things on, particularly on deck 6, because they got caught in the storm. What happened was they were sailing from the UK and they were heading to the Canary Islands. Now, partway through the Canary Islands, they saw there was an imminent storm coming, and they decided to head for the Spanish port of La Coruna. Well, on its way there, the seas got rougher and rougher, and the port closed to marine traffic. Cruise ports will close with imminent weather coming in, right? They don't want ships trying to come in and blowing into other ships and crashing, etc., blocking the whole harbor. So they close knowing that there's a storm on its way. And this ship did not make it there in time. So they ended up having to wait out at sea. They tried to check for other ports that they could possibly get to, but as the worsening weather happened, they just could not make it to another port. And basically were tousled around in 30-foot waves and 50-mile-an-hour winds for about 18 hours solid. Now, passengers were asked to basically lock themselves in their staterooms. Food and beverages were stopped, and they had to order the room service to their room, where the crew brought them the food. They weren't able to get out for basically a day to go do anything on the ship. They were locked. And now apparently most people wouldn't have wanted to go anywhere anyway because it was so rocky and so rough on the ship. Reports are coming out of people absolutely kind of terrified on there, and I can't blame them. This is a small ship. So the small ships get tossed around a lot more than the larger, bigger ships, and they can move quite a bit in a storm. Well, it did finally reach back to port, and apparently there are over 100 injuries that were treated on board during this incident on this ship. Now remember, this ship doesn't hold 5,000 passengers. This ship is a much, much smaller vessel, one of those luxury cruise ships, and that's a big number of people to be injured on this. Most of them, of course, are just minor cuts and bruises and trips and maybe a sprained ankle, something like that. However, there were 5 people who sustained a little bit more injuries and actually had to be transported to hospital once they arrived in port. Now, we don't know the extent of these injuries, but yeah, that's another one of those questions that gets caught up of how did this happen? Why didn't you leave sooner? Et cetera, et cetera. So there'll be a lot of questions asked. Now, the cruise line itself has said and apologized for this. They did say in their thing that while storms and rough seas are a hazard and really beyond our control, yes, they are, but it is in your control to get away from them if you know they're coming, if you know what I mean. Now, they did say there will be some compensation coming to the passengers. Could be in the way of future cruise credits, could be in the way of a refund, could be in the way of a discount on their next cruise. We don't know. They have not said what exactly it is. I have a feeling they're going to wait and see what the extent of these injuries are, what the complaints are, and how those 5 people in hospital do. Because, yeah, like I said, there will be a lot of questions being asked about how this ship got caught in a storm to begin with. Now, we also have another ship, the Carnival Panorama. And I almost feel like this is a broken record, but guess what? She's having issues again. That's right. She's having issues reaching top speed one more time. You all remember this is the ship, there's one of their brand new ships at the time, and it had to get repaired at sea, and they brought that big dock out and they loaded the ship up in the middle of the water to do the repairs. It was that extensive, and since then she's broken down. This is the second time she's had engine problems again. This time she's sailing out of Long Beach, and she was supposed to go to Puerto Vallarta, Cabo San Lucas, and Mazatlan. Well, yeah, they're not getting to Cabo, they're not getting to Puerto Vallarta. Instead, they're only going to be able to make one of their ports, Mazatlan, where they will be able to stay an extra hour and a half before having to head back for the next cruise coming this Saturday. Which begs the question for those people getting on the ship this Saturday, will the ship be able to make any of its ports? Will it be able to do its itinerary, or will they have to change everything? Now, Carnival has apologized for this inconvenience. They know missing 2 out of 3 ports is not a great thing, and they are giving $400 in onboard credits to people on the ship. Now, it's per cabin, not per person. And they are also, but they don't state whether or not those onboard credits are refundable onboard credits, or if you actually have to spend them on the ship. Because if you've already had your drink package and dining package, then what are you going to spend $400 on? Now, that's an awful lot of gambling if you're not a gambler. Who knows? Maybe you can turn it into thousands of dollars. What you should do is take those onboard credits, go down to the casino, load those onboard credits into the casino, spin it once, and then take the receipt and go and cash out. That's the best way to get your money back if they're non-refundable credits. Just a tip out there for everybody. But yeah, this is, again, another issue with the Carnival Panorama. She's had those engine difficulties ever since she was launched, basically. And it just makes you wonder if basically they have built a lemon out there as far as the engine is concerned. You know, the other ships of the same brand, the same make, can all be running fine, but it's every once in a while you get that one lemon of a car, one lemon of a ship. And this certainly seems to be Carnival's Achilles heel when it comes to the engine breakdowns on the Panorama. I'll keep you informed on if it's going to change for you folks coming on your next cruise, and even the cruise after that, and maybe even the cruise after that. Well, I hope you appreciate this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.